Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are students from Probability and Statistics CSCI 1304 Section 2 Group 4 will present about how total credit hour affect the student's CGPA. My name is Khairunnisa Binti Abdullah and this is our beautiful group members. For the introduction, this study aims to look how total credit hour affect the student CGPA, and we want to learn more about the relationship between student selections of credit hour and the quality of the education as well as the accomplishment of the academic objective. We have three problem statements. Number one is the connection between CGPA and the total credit hour undertaken by university student. Number two is understand how the total credit hours undertaken by student can significantly affect their CGPA. And lastly, number three, investigate the interconnected factor contributing to the relationship between total credit hour and CGPA. Next is the research question. The first question is, it is accurate to say that students can enhance their CGPA by reducing the total number of credit they enroll in. Number two is, do students with higher number of total credit hours tend to have a higher or lower CGPA on average compared to the student with few credit hours? And lastly, how does total credit hour affect the student CGPA? Lastly, I will explain about research objective. The first objective is to analyze the relationship between the number of credit hours a student enroll in and their CGPA. Number two is to explore the potential influence of course difficulty and credit hours on a student's CGPA and whether certain courses with higher credit hour have a more significant impact on academic performance. Number three, to assess whether reducing the total number of credit hours taken by students can lead to an improvement in their academic performance and CGPA. And lastly, to investigate whether there are any gender-based difference in the relationship between credit hour and CGPA.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Sani. I will continue the presentation for hypothesis. So, hypothesis of our research is more focusing on students who took more credit hour had better CGPA. Next, for method, we are using data collection. We are collecting data by conducting an online survey through Google Form. Then we are sharing the Google link of the Google Form throughout the WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram. So as a result, we had a total of respondents, 100 of them. In our study, we are examining the relationship between certain academic variables to gain insight into student behavior. So we have two dependent variables, which is the first one is student credit hour per semester. So the dependent variable refer to the outcome or response we are studying. In this context, the first dependent variable is the number of credit hour a student undertake per semester. So the second dependent variable is time spent for study per day. So this variable explore the amount of time students dedicate to their study on a daily basis, providing insight into their commitment and engagement with academic tasks. And then the last one is for independent variable, which is CGPA, cumulative grade point average. So this independent variable is the factor we believe may influence or predict change in the dependent variable. So CGPA is a comprehensive measure of a student academic performance over time, taking into account the grade achieved across multiple courses. For statistical method, we have 5 of them, which is mean, mood, median, standard deviation and variance, and the last one is Chebyshev theorem. For mean, we had to find the average of the data set, and then for the mood, we have to find the value that the most frequency in the data set, and then the median is the middle value of the data set, and then for standard deviation and variance is the measure of the spread or dispersion of a set of data point in statistics. And then the last one is Chebyshev theorem, is state that no more than 1 or k two of the value in any dataset can be more than k standard deviation away from the mean.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Rabiatul Binti Rohany, number Rajat 2213530. So I will explain about preliminary analysis for the type of kuliah, nationality and the gender. For the kuliah, the mean is 7.69, the median is 4, mode 24, variance 32.70, standard deviation is 5.72. So based on the calculation above, we can find this the three fourths or 75% data will be fall between the 19.13 until negative 3.75. So the mean for within two standard deviation is for 4 is less than 7.69 and less than 24. Next type of nationality, the mean is 50 and the median also 50. There is no mode for the nationality. The variant is 20116. The standard deviation is 46. So the three fourths or 75 of the data will fall between 442 until negative 42. So next move on to the next is gender. So for the mean and the median for the gender is 50. There is no mode for the gender. The variant is 1444. Standard deviation is 38. So based on the calculation, we can find that the data will fall between the 126 and negative 26 um, of the 75%. Okay. The mean for type of year is 33.33. There's no mode for type of year. The median is 53. Variance is 47.473.56. The standard deviation is 21.76. So, based on the calculation above, we can find that 75% of the data will fall between the 76.85 and 10 - 10.19. So, we can say that the mean will fall within two standard deviation is 53, no, 33.33 is less than 53 and there's no more. Next is type of age. The type of age is the mean for age. The type of age is 10.63. The median is 21.18. The mode is 21.2. The variance is 3.59. The standard deviation is 1.87. So we can find the 75 of the data will fall between the 14.37 until negative 11.24. So hence the two standard deviation is between 15.43 less than 15.60 and less than 15.6. Okay, next is for level of study. The mean is 50. The median is 50 and there's no mode. The standard deviation is 51.76. The variance is 2678.89. So 75% of data will fall between the 136.85 until negative 70.19. So the two standard deviation is 33.33, less than 50. So there's no more. So this is the credit hour taken in previous semester. For the highest respondent is 42. So the credit hour we put in the range, the first range is less than 12 hours. Second is 12 to 15, 16 to 18, 19 to 21, and above 21 credit hour. So we have to find the mean. The mean is 15.43. The median is 15.60. The mode is 15.63. So with this information we can find the 75 data will fall between. Okay, let's continue to the credit hour taken in previous semester, the variance and the standard deviation and the Chebyshev theorem. So the variance is 13.95, the standard deviation is 3.73. So with that we can find the 75% data that will fall between 22.89 until 7.97. So we can say that within two standard deviation, it will be 15.43 is less than 15.60 and less than 50.63.
My name is Nabihah. My metric number is 2216522. First, I will tell about analysis on category study method. There is two variables self-study and study group. Based on calculation above, the mean and median for this pie chart is 50. There is no mode in this pie chart. The variance is 576 and standard deviation is 24. Using Chebyshev theorem, at least 75% of the data will fall between 98 and 2. Hence, the mean fall between two standard deviation. Next, for second analysis on category study hours that we collect from 100 respondents based on calculation above. The mean is 4.04, the median is 3.38, and the mode for this graph is 2.84. The variance is 8.10 and standard deviation is 2.85. Based on Chebyshev theorem, at least 75% of the data will fall between negative 1.66 and 9.74. Hence, the mean fall between two standard deviation. Last but not least, I will explain about analysis on category active in university. There is three variables: active, moderate, and not active. Based on calculation above, the mean of the individual data is 33.33, the median is 22, there is no mode in this graph, the variance is 550.22, and its standard deviation is 23.46. Using Chebyshev's theorem, at least 75% of the data will fall between negative 13.59 and 18.25. Hence, the mean fall between two standard deviation.
To analyze the student's Cgpa, I am Alin Farhain Binti Abdul Razak. With my metric number 2224210, I will be explaining the analysis on the category Cgpa. We used measures of central tendency based on our Cgpa class, which is 0.33 and the class boundary. By using the mean, we found that the average student's Cgpa is 3.14. For mode, we found that most students get a 4.07 Cgpa and are the ones with the credit hours of 15. We also used the median to analyze the middle value of the student's Cgpa, and for our study, it is 3.20. To measure the dispersion and spread of the data, we use the variance and standard deviation. The results for variance is 0.183 and 0.428 for standard deviation. Finally, using Chebyshev's theorems, we can get the estimated minimum proportion of the observations with mean and standard deviation. At least 3/4 or 75% of the data will fall between 2.284 and 3.996. So for the final analysis, the collected data and survey results show a clear connection between student performance Cgpa and the number of credit hours taken each semester. Our analysis using statistical methods and graphs like histogram and pie charts, this confirms that the distribution of Cgpa is left skewed, supporting our hypothesis that the number of credit hours can impact Cgpa. The study also reveals insights into study habits, club participation, and preferences for self-study or study groups, emphasizing the importance of managing credit hours for academic success. So, in conclusion, we reducing the number of credit hours can contribute to better academic performance and an improved CGPA. The correlation between credit hours and cumulative grade point average or CGPA is a hot topic in higher education. A significant association between the two variables has been shown through statistical analysis, suggesting that adjustments to a student's credit hours may have an impact on their overall academic performance, but it's important to take a balanced approach to this association, acknowledging that a number of factors affect academic success. So, in a nutshell, although credit hours do affect CGPA, achieving academic success requires a comprehensive strategy. Students and colleges should work together to create an atmosphere that supports higher academic accomplishment by taking into account aspects that go beyond credit hours, such as managing workload, using productive study techniques, and maintaining mental health.